What's up, guys? Brian Van Dyne here. Wanted to do a quick little video. Actually, I'll leave this down because I'm not sure if the mic's connected. Wanted to do a quick video on I just posted a job posting for another dump truck driver. I didn't have anybody quit or anything like that. I'm just trying to find another driver, mainly to get myself out of a truck. Now, a lot of you guys are going to ask, well, Brian, why would you want to get out of the truck? Don't you like driving truck? Hell yeah, I love, grabbing gears, passing gears. I love driving. But I make more money when I'm not driving than when I am driving. Right? I've developed the skill of bidding jobs and finding work that is more valuable to me than my skill of just being a driver. So I can make more money when I have my drivers working and I'm finding more work, right? So there's kind of a paradox, as a business owner. When you first start your business, you're going to be super, let's get it, let's work, let's make this money. And you got a good reason, Then as you get in the business longer, you start to learn how to work smarter, right? It's just like, everything else. The longer you've been in something, the more you know about it, right? The better you get, usually. So, for me, I like driving, but I know I can make more money if I have somebody else driving the trucks, because I can be focused on other things that make money, like the excavation side of the business. I just went and bid 3 jobs, in one day, and that was $12,000 worth of work. And I just bid that in one day. So now I got the jobs, but I don't have time to do it because I'm sitting here driving this truck. So it's a catch-22, So now that I got, these jobs lined up, now what I need to do is I need to find a driver, so they can hop in the dump truck and just deliver the machine, and then I just show up on my motorcycle and do the work on the machine and then go home and then tell them to pick up the machine. So it's also another reason to hire another driver, right? So I got 3 trucks. This truck, obviously, it doesn't work as much as the other 2 trucks. There's not a demand for it like the other 2. But drivers, and everybody's going to say this, every guy that owns a business knows how this is. Drivers are their own worst enemy, right? Because they say they want work, but they really don't want work. They just want to get by. That's all they really want. They just want to get by. They want to make enough to buy, so they can go out to eat, they can take their girl and do this or that. They don't want enough to really make it. They just want enough to get by, right? And this is how you know, right? If they really wanted to kill it, then they'd be running their own business. If they really wanted to make that kind of money, then they'd be doing it themselves. But they don't. They just want enough to get by. Or they do want it, they just don't know how to get there yet. So they have to take, what they can until they get to the point where they can go out on their own. And that's kind of like what happened to me, right? Because I knew working for other people, I was never going to make the kind of money that I wanted to make. I was never going to be able to, just go out and buy a motorcycle with cash, or go out and buy a side-by-side with cash, or, that type of stuff. If I worked for somebody my whole life, that would have been bought on a payment plan, not cash, right? So drivers are their own worst enemy. Like 99% of them, they just want to get by. They just want to make enough to be happy, And so me hiring another driver makes it so my drivers can just get by, right? Because I keep 3 busier, and they're not getting, 60 up to 70 hours. They're staying right around 56 to 60 hours right now. If I get another guy hired on, then I can drop their hours a little bit lower so they're not making so much overtime, right? They'll be working closer to 40 hours. But the trade-off is it's kind of a rotating shift. Okay, you got 4 days here, 3-day weekend. Then you got 5 days here, and then, and everybody takes turns doing the 4 days, and that extra day goes to the other third guy. So it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's a rotating shift, but that's kind of what it is. And everybody gives up some days so we can hire a third person, but overall, everybody's making less hours, right? So everybody's making less hours, but everybody's happier because they're working less hours and they're just getting by. That's all they want. They just want to get by. That's why they keep saying, hey man, I need more money, I need more money. And then when you give them more money, they're like, I want to work less hours. Just go ahead and give me a day off, give me a day off, give me a day off. It's because they're making too much money. Drivers are their own worst enemies. I hate to say this, it's the truth. 99% of them just want to get by. And what that means is they want free money. They don't want to work, and they want the paycheck. And basically what they do is they keep begging you for more money, and then when you give them more money, then they're like, oh, I don't want to work. I'll take that day off, Brian. I don't want to work Saturday. I don't want to work nights. And as an owner, you're going to see this, right? So you kind of have to, and Justin was right all along about this, I thought, you could kind of be, and you can be friendly with your employees, but as soon as you try and be their friend, it bites you in the butt. You have good intentions as an owner because you want to be their friend. It will bite you in the butt. It will. So you got to be the boss. I mean, Justin's right on that. You can be friendly with your employees, but they got to know at the end of the day, he's the guy that signs the checks. I'm the one that does the work. You got to have that relationship. It's got to be like that. Can you be friendly with them? Yeah, you can be friendly, but don't let it cross into the lines of them trying to be your buddy, because then, then they're trying to, waste time chatting, or they're trying to do this, they're milking the clock, they're getting away with a lot more stuff because they think you're their buddy. You have a good one. So that's kind of what it is at the end of the day. But, so I'm looking for another driver. We got 2 drivers now, or 3 drivers. One's on L&I still. And we got 2 full-time drivers, so I'm looking for a third full-time driver. Even going into winter, I have no doubt we'll be able to keep them busy. That's just the nature of my business. This truck may sit, but the other 2 won't. So I gotta hire another guy. Plus it frees me up more to do bids and to do more routine maintenance on my equipment. I'm finding that, with just 2 drivers and me driving the old truck, I don't have the time that I want to work on stuff, to fix things, to keep things moving the way we want them to. I barely got the super dump back together in time for Monday, for today. I barely got it back together. I was able to go to Napa and get 2 hoses made. I put them on, add the truck back together, and it worked the full day today. Thank goodness. Napa did the hoses. They worked the best. I'll be honest, I took the 2 hoses there, and normally for 2 hoses it takes like maybe 10 minutes, like at a hydraulic store. It'll only take like 10 minutes for them to make the hoses. I was literally there for about an hour. Like just walking around, okay, I guess I'm gonna go look at the tools. I'm gonna go buy this tool. And they told me, they're like, hey man, it's gonna be a while. We don't do hoses every day, and we gotta find the fittings and make sure it's the right hose for the right fitting and this and that. And, so I ended up buying a few more things than I really wanted to, because I was just, like, what the heck? I'm here, I might as well get some stupid stuff, that I need. It will come in handy in the long run. And so I did that. But, I'd like to do better maintenance on my stuff. And if I'm working 100% of the time, I don't have the go-go juice that it takes to work, 16 hours and then come home and then work another 8. I just don't got that in me anymore like I used to when I first started. When I first started, I had that kind of, motivation. I had that kind of energy. I don't have that energy anymore. That was 4 years ago. Now I got the money I need, to pay somebody to do a lot of this stuff, because it's starting to take a toll on me. I still do a lot of everything, more stuff than I should be doing, obviously, but I'm gonna start, I might even hire a buddy part-time to grease the trucks for me, keep them more maintained and stuff, because that's just one of the things right there, like greasing trucks. Dude, I honestly don't want to grease trucks. Like, it is so boring. Like, I'm done. I just want to pay somebody, like, hey, here's $100, go grease the trucks. I'll pay you $100, once a week. Go grease the trucks for me, or whatever it takes, And that's because I've gotten to a point where I'm making so much money finding the work rather than doing the work, right? So I'm finding a transition, from becoming the owner-operator to the boss that just delegates everything. The organizer, basically. Got to make sure everything is organized and taken care of, putting out fires, doing that type of stuff. I'm better suited towards that now than when I first started my business. So that's kind of where the business is going. And every business owner, if you decide to buy more trucks, this is where you're heading. This is the direction you're heading. Whether you know it or not, that's the direction you're going. Is you're getting out of a truck. If you like truck driving, and that's what you want to do the rest of your life, then don't buy a second truck. If you just want to get by and be happy with what you're making, don't buy a second truck. Don't buy a third truck. If you buy a second or a third truck, you're moving in this direction that I'm going, and that's, possibly more money, but also you're not going to be doing exactly what you signed up to do. Like I signed up for this because I was like, yeah, I'm a dump truck driver. I want to drive dump trucks. But now I'm moving more into the side of, well, why would I drive the dump truck when I can pay him to do it, and then I can go bid another job and make this much more, So at the end of the day, you have to take a step back and realize, what is your goal with the business? Is it to make money, or is it to do what you're passionate about? And where is the happy ground in between? And so for me, the main reason I started was to make some serious money for my family, and I just happen to love driving dump trucks, so it just worked out. Now I'm in a stage where I just gotta move to a different part of my business ownership. That's just the way things go. Things don't last, trucks start to wear you down, and you just gotta keep progressing. So that's kind of the video I wanted to do, and just wanted to give you guys a heads up and, you know, share my thoughts and my insight with you guys. You know, since day one I've been doing that, so no different today than any other day. So don't forget to pound that like button, pound the subscribe button, and share this on your social media site of preference. And I'll probably catch you guys on a live stream, maybe when I get back, maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.